Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Isaac in Sri Lanka podcast, season 2, which follows the theme through the eyes of a trendsetter. This is a proud production of the National Showcasing Team, which is being aired for the second time. And this podcast mainly deals with the topics of innovators and disruptors who have created strong waves and marks within the society and the community. I am Arfan Nazar, current National Director of Isaac in Sri Lanka and incoming Global Talent and Teacher, and I will be moderating this season along with you. So, to start off the inaugural episode, to start off the debut episode for the second season, we have a very special guest, and the theme of the podcast is If the Opportunity Doesn't Knock, Build a Door. So, our guest speaker is Mr. Hemendra Jayavira, who's a senior serial innovator, Chief Operating Officer at Sri Lanka Institute of Nanotechnology, the co-founder and director of Venture Frontier Lanka, Gender Innovations Private Limited, and Mora Ventures, startup incubator. He's the director of Ceylon Graphene Technologies and Effective Solutions. Mr. Hemendra, thank you very much for accepting our warm invitation and for being a part of this podcast with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Isaac.
So to start off, it's a very interesting question. So what I want to know is, like, everyone knows you as a multi-talented serial innovator. So whenever the name Hemendra Jayavira comes up, people are like, okay, he's a high-level innovator and he thinks about new solutions, and that's the kind of gravitas that people remember you. But I have a question. According to you, who is Hemendra Jayavira? How would you define Hemendra Jayavira as a person according to you?
Well, it's so. I think it's a. If I tell you a bit of my, how I started and all that. So I also didn't know who I am. So when I started, I thought. I'm talking about. I went to University of Moratuwa to study electronics. I study engineering, and then I had this, sort of really like a childhood dream to become an electronic engineer. So I, of course, studied electronics. But then later on, I realized I maybe I don't have that sort of talent for engineering, electronics engineering. So then I sort of looked at what I really want to do. This startups innovation was never there those days. I'm talking about maybe 15, 16 years ago. So then, of course, as anybody whom, those days, once you graduated, everyone wanted to get into, the best of the companies that you could work, like a blue chip company. So, which I also did the same way, went for the interviews and all that. And then later on, I realized, I joined as an engineer, but then I think one thing I did quite well was, unknowingly, so I started working for Dialog Axiata. That was way back in 2004. And I jumped into various departments. Whenever there's an area that I thought, okay, interesting, or I don't know that area, I started, like, for example, I didn't know anything about marketing. I went to marketing department. To my sort of the motivation was to learn about marketing. So likewise, I went to project management, program management, marketing, corporate planning, quality area, process management, product management, all these areas. So I think end of that, so I was there actually around 11 years at Dialog. And during that period, I sort of covered every area that is required to in business. And I think that helped me to find who I am. So then I realized corporate life is not for me. I wanted to do, start my own thing, because I was working in the innovation department of Dialog as well. So that really struck me. And then I thought, okay, I want to go into these innovations, creating new things, creating something, startups and all that. So I think I ended up starting quite few startups as well. But then I think if I really tell you who I am, I think my best talent is actually, which I realized very, very lately, very couple of maybe years ago, that I have the talent to find talent. So I have that talent to, see the talent, identify the talent very early stage, and sort of nurture that talent. So I think that is who Hemendra Jayavira is.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. And I really agree to the point of being a multitasker and just trying everything, because certainly, like, if we can see society at the current moment, a lot of that is required to try different kinds of things. Okay, very interesting. All right. Adding on to that question. So, Mr. Heminder, now everyone wants to work in an established organization as an employee, and that is kind of the preconceived notion. When you enter university, you get a good degree and you work somewhere. But once again, and if we see, there are certain limitations that only few people are actually, very brave enough to take that step of becoming an entrepreneur. And adding on to this, what made you take the risk of implementing something different out of the ordinary? So we see a lot of people try to go the usual way, and some very rare people try to become entrepreneurs. So what gave you that edge, or what gave you that knack to try something different, which normal people wouldn't? And tell us your journey from becoming the undergraduate to being the entrepreneur you are. Maybe maybe details that people don't really know a lot about you, and the kind of hardships that you went through to come to the position that you are today. I think the audience would really love to know.
Yeah, I think so. I explained a bit earlier. I think I never had a sort of a startup dream or anything. When I started as a just fresh undergraduate, but then with time I realized corporate world is not for me. And I realized this innovation. I mean, that came up with a bit of a bubble also, because people started talking about startups, people started talking about all these success stories and all that. So it's become like a bit of a this thing also. So I wanted to explore that. But beside that, in the process also I learned that uh, the corporate life is not for me. I mean, it's not something that really make me happy, working from 9 to 5, or the usual stuff that you do over again and again, and so I want to do something really new, something fascinating. So that really provoked me to get into my own thing. But then uh, there was a problem. So once you get used to corporate life, you are getting a good salary every month. Uh, you have a insurance cover. You have a fuel allowance. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but you are getting good salary. You have been sort of spoiled. So it's very difficult to move out of that, because so I had that same issue. Even though I wanted to move out, I had that problem how to move out, because you have to first establish something. And at least, I mean, by that time I married, I had children, kids. So how to do that, get out of that, and risk your life, all that. So I had all that issues. So parallelly, then I was so fascinated with reading, studying about how I've been a bit frustrated with the country situation also. Like nothing is coming out of Sri Lanka. Been such a wonderful place for a lot of talent. So many good engineers, so many good doctors, but nothing really coming out of Sri Lanka in terms of innovation. So I was looking for, I mean, rather than getting frustrated with the system, it provoked me to study a bit more how to get out of that. So then I learned a lot of things.